Just... There we go, perfect. In case anybody's wondering, that does have an actual reason. So for those of you who don't know, it's so that we can sync up the audio of all of the cameras. It's a nice thing. So it's in waveform, just boom, and it's really easy to put everything together. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Who knew?
There we go. You see, I told you get education when you come to VAM.
Isn't there an issue if the cameras are further apart, because the speed of sound is finite, you're going to get a slightly different one?
The man is right. The man is right. Can you make sure you take that into account when you're editing, please? We need speed of light delay.
Yeah. We cut him out.
There we go. We'll park it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Rachel Nash. Woo. Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight.
Welcome.
So let's start with the obvious question. Who are you? What do you do? And if you can give us a little bit of your whole origin story, please.
Okay, Rachel Nash. I am one of the directors of Smart Office Support, which we've been running now since the April 2017. But to get there, I come from the corporate world. So I've had a variety of different jobs, working in various industries along the way, as well as a couple of little odd things on the side, things like doing mystery shopping and being an Avon lady. So I've done a couple of little extracurricular things as well. But generally, through the corporate world, my role has always been doing admin.
Yep.
So whether that's as a secretary, as an executive assistant, personal assistant, or even working in projects. So most of all that, there's admin involved on that. So I've come from the corporate world, and I took redundancy quite a few years ago. And in doing that, we were able to pay the mortgage off, which kind of frees you up a little bit on what you want to do. So
I'm sure I've got that to look forward to. Maybe 30 or 40 years. That's a dream.
Hopefully there's one or two here who are already in that place as well, because it's just heaven.
All right.
Something to aspire to. So we paid the mortgage off, and I decided then that I wanted just to do a nice little job. Didn't know quite what, but I didn't want to be doing what I was doing before. So that was travelling around the country, being on call. The corporate world often, they like your pound of flesh. So I really struggled in getting a job, only because a lot of them looked at what your history is, and then they say, oh, she's not going to stay, or she's really expensive, and all that lot. So I kind of got a bit fed up with that and went and did a 0 hours contract for a local surgery. But between that and another job after that, I kind of got to that stage where I think, and then I know there's one or two in here who know me well enough to know that I kind of felt like I couldn't really work for other people anymore. I almost became unemployable now. You started to see things a different way. You've been trained, you've been taught. So I thought, well, why not let's put it all together and start my own business. So that's what I did. So in 2017, I started Smart Office Support. What I wanted to do is give back and to give to small businesses what I've learnt in my corporate world. So you've had those big jobs doing lots and lots of things, and then actually the small business owner, it's nice for them to have people who are flexible and have a lot of experience in different areas rather than employing lots of different people.
So talking about Smart Office Support, fantastic, right up there for those of you who are aware as of yet. I mean, first of all, obviously it's SOS. So when I first met you and you were at the networking events, such as the Windmill, it was always just SOS. And I was like, what is this? I thought it was to do with the RNLI originally, because you don't have stress balls. You've got little stress rings, don't you?
Oh, I should have bought some, yeah.
So how did you come to that kind of idea for that kind of marketing of SOS, Smart Office Support, virtual assistant? How did that all come together?
So I say we, because Warren and I sat down, we were going through lots of bits and pieces. And one of the things was the SOS. And we were trying to think, oh yeah, SOS would be great, shows that they can come to. But actually it felt like you were another emergency service. And what we weren't sort of prepared for, which I don't even know if it would have happened, if we just advertised ourselves as an SOS to business owners, we could get them coming at us from all directions saying, I need help on this, I need help on that, expecting it to be like that because it's an SOS. Yeah. So we then decided that we would go with Smart Office Support, but use the SOS in the branding.
Right. Oh, that's cool. So, yeah, so this ties in quite nicely with talking about the fact that you're a virtual assistant and the fact that you help with all people's admin. We'll go into that a little bit more later on, but just going back to the SOS thing, it is cool that the life rings are your, one of your promotional items.
Yes.
You are helping people out with the things, and they're getting like they're drowning in all of the heavy admin that they're doing.
Yes.
Can be very difficult. I'm sure we all know. We've all started our businesses and worked towards things. There's a lot that goes into it, and so being able to find people is crucial to being able to build your marketing, to be able to build your business, build your brand, and your resources. And the best way to be able to meet the people and find the people that you need is no longer the Yellow Pages, which is obviously completely gone, or yeah, it's yale.com now or something, I think, isn't it? So
Yeah, I don't think it's as useful though.
no, it's not as useful. But what is useful is networking. And this is not a shameless plug for Van, the last Thursday of every single month, 6:30 p.m. Next slide, please. So we want to talk about networking. And you run two incredibly prolific networking events in Portishead,
Yes.
which are both the Portishead Windmill and Together Portishead, both of which I think you really took on or started only this year, didn't you? Is that the
Yes.
case? Or?
Yes.
So do you want to take us through, like, Windmill was actually the first place in which I met you, Portishead Windmill Network. Right, let's try that again. What are we calling it at the moment? It's...
So at the moment, it's Portishead, Bristol and North Somerset Networking. But we have a new name for it.
Oh.
We have. So we will be going out on that a little bit later on, but we are calling it Channel Networking. We did ask lots of people for their thoughts and what their suggestions would be for it, and that was the one we liked the most. So we are going to go forward with Channel Networking, and that is for Portishead, Bristol and North Somerset. So yes, so I took that on in March this year. So I was actually, what I was due to do was go and help the person who was running it. She wanted some help with social media and just help with supporting it. Went along to the meeting to have a chat about the kind of things they wanted, and then from left field came the, well, would you just like to take it on? So
it was offered to you. It wasn't the case that you...
No, it was offered. So
oh, wow.
you have that kind of, you go for a meeting because you're going to go and do this, and within moments it was that. So I walked away and just said, let me have a think about it. Warren said, no, let's not do it. And I said, yeah, I think I will.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So yes, I took it on from March onwards, and I love it. I love it. Great fun.
Excellent. What made you think that when it was offered to you, what went on in your head to go, you know what, yeah, this is definitely something I want to do?
Well, it's a group that I like to attend. I like to go there. I like the people that were there. I like the format, and it's local.
Yep.
And it's only once a month. So, it's only once a month. So no, I just really enjoyed it. I thought, no, this will be fun.
Fantastic. I mean, I know that me and Ryan, we definitely got a lot of benefit out of it. Met a lot of wonderful collaborators, a lot of good connections, including, but not limited to, Tim Martin, who was actually our first guest at, here at Van.
Yeah.
So that was brilliant. Yeah.
And we've got one or two here.
And of course a few people here as well. So that's absolutely
which is
wonderful.
lovely to see them. Yeah.
So that was the first one that I knew that you took over, and then it wasn't long after that you started Together Portishead, if I remember right.
Yes, so Together...
I think I got the timing right there, didn't I?
Yes, yes. So excuse me, Together Portishead... Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Is actually the Chamber of Commerce for Portishead. And then I'm one of the directors, there's three of us. Dan, who isn't here this evening, because he's having to make a pumpkin pie. Anyway, let down by a pumpkin pie, but anyway, and a third director. So we're the directors for that, and we wanted also to do some more networking in Portishead, because the other one I do is further out. Not that we exclude people. This is very much for Portishead businesses to get to know each other, work together, find out about each other. So yeah, so we wanted to do that as well.
I'm a little bit interested, let me know how much of this you can talk about, but there used to be a Portishead Chamber of Commerce, and then there wasn't, and now you started one again. Can you tell us any of the story about how that all happened? What made you think it's specifically a Chamber of Commerce to start back up? So
Dan and I were both involved with the previous one, way before COVID and everything there, and the lockdowns. So it wasn't quite doing what we wanted it to do. So when I left, Dan kind of hung on till the end, but when lockdown came, it kind of fizzled out. Right. One of the problems they had is people running it, and they ran it on a different style. So we are a community interest company, and there's three directors, and in theory, what we say goes. So if we want to do it, we will go and do it. Whereas the previous one was set up where they have articles of association, and you had to have so many members at every meeting in order to agree to change something. And the members were never coming to the meetings. And that, sorry, because I know there's at least one in the ring. There may be more than one ex-member. But not everybody's
You know
available
they can
for
still
everything.
hear you when you do that because the microphone's down here.
No, I know it is. I know it is. But because they weren't ever getting the membership support there, and that, I mean, there was lots and lots of members, and they were just none of them were, a lot of them weren't coming along. So I think it faltered in that sense. So we've come in differently. I mean, we're working with the North Somerset Council now, and we're working with Portishead Town Council. And there's a press release about to go out because we've got a whole load of grant funding that we can get out for Portishead businesses. So and things like that didn't happen before. So there's opportunities for businesses in Portishead to apply for some grants, which they wouldn't have known before.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic.
So,
So
yes.
it is very much supporting the business in Portishead. So
yeah.
whilst one is a little bit more about connecting, so the one at the windmill, channel networking.
Channel networking, yes.
Excellent. Look forward to seeing all that branding for that one as well.
Yeah.
That's more about the connection, and the other one's a bit more about the support, which
Yes.
is, that's brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic. Okay, I'm just going to very briefly touch on, we were talking about you being a VA. We can talk about the fact that you're an award-winning VA, which is fantastic. What does a VA do, and what did you do to get that award?
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that second one. So what does a VA... Well, so a VA can do lots of things because people call them a VA, they call them freelancers or just contractors. So there's a variety of names for us. I mean, you've even got some now that are talking fractional, which are more bringing people in more into the business. So there's a variety of names for what it is. Really, all it is, it's somebody providing a service that is remote. We're virtual. That's all it is. We're virtual. So, I mean, we've got designers in here. We've got marketeers in here as well. They don't actually have to be in the office, so they can be virtual marketeers, virtual designers. So really, that's a kind of... People sort of look at us as a VA and think, oh, right, just admin. But actually, there's a lot of different things out there for that. But for what we do, the virtual is looking after business admin. So we've got kind of 3 areas that you would say we do. So we've got what we class as your general admin, general VA. That's your PA, supporting a business owner as their personal assistant or whatever they want to call you, secretary and things, doing some social media. But that's working on sort of ad hoc, helping them out, email, diary management, the usual kind of things, plus a few extra bits and pieces. We've recently started virtual office management. Right. So we're actually running people's offices for them virtually.
Okay.
If they're local, I can go in and do some stock takes and things, but by working with people, but we're running the whole of their offices, looking after their finances and making sure basically the office outside of what they do as a business owner isn't interrupted, so we can just get on and do that. And then what we do is we do project work as well. So we're bringing some of this from our skill set from the corporate world. For both of us, myself and Warren are both qualified for project management. So we bring those skills. We both come from IT. We're never going to do another IT project in our lives. So, there's just no way. Don't ever ask us to do an IT project. Never. Actually, the other thing is they never finish. They never end because they just continue. But so we're doing small projects, and we've got a number of clients that we constantly are doing lots of project work for. So there's a variety of different things. And from the awards, we've got it for our customer service. So my background is in customer service in the big wide world out there. So I've run a service desk, been a fully qualified service desk manager. So customer service, and just for the supporting as a business, as an actual virtual assistant. I'm actually up for another award next week, so fingers crossed for that one.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Next Thursday in Cardiff, got to go over to there, so I'm up for another award. So
Excellent.
I'll let you know about that one soon.
Excellent. Yeah, fingers crossed for you.
So I think it's about, when you're doing the awards, is having our clients appreciating what we do.
Yeah.
And being thankful in that, and just going a bit above and beyond sometimes to help them.
Marvellous. That's fantastic. Well, very, very best of luck. I look forward to, brilliant. Okay, so if you could pop it onto the next slide, please, which hopefully will show. There we go. Right, so tell me if this is a suitable kind of like sum up of the blog that you wrote, please. How to reclaim time and focus by strategically delegating administrative tasks, Transforming overwhelm into sustainable growth through smarter, more focused working. That was a kind of the general gist that I got from it. So, would you care to go a little bit more in depth on what you were saying in that blog, what you were saying?
I will do. I will do. So the blog came from my book. So I've written a book called How to Work with a Virtual Assistant. And in part of the blog, it actually sort of breaks a little bit, it kind of brings it into sort of half a dozen words compared to the book, just to help managers, small business managers, understand that how they can go about bringing somebody in to help them. And I say somebody in to help them rather than just a VA, because it is about bringing people in that can take things off you. We do social media, but we're not a marketeer. So actually, if you bring somebody in to do the marketing, we may take on the social media from that, or they may do it all in one go. So it just depends on what they want. But it's about them trying to work a bit smarter. I started my business because I love the admin. You didn't. Everybody else didn't. So, and that's the difference there, is that I love the admin. I love getting in there and I love sorting it out. There's nothing better than an email that is completely out of control before I get there. I love it. I love it. And that's why I'm doing this. But obviously for everybody else. So we've done that there, but we've also offering out what's called a liberation audit. And that's about, it's going to be a new offering, and we're just in the process of pulling it together. But it kind of links with the book and it links with the blog. And it's just about helping business owners to identify what it is they could give away. So some of the book here in the blog will help them do it themselves. But if they can't do it themselves, they really want to just sit down with somebody and ask them, hello. And,
we just had a bit of a cameo going here.
He's okay.
There we go.
He's okay.
Thank you very much,
Julie.
Hitchcock. There we go.
So this is about helping them understand what they could actually let go of and maybe improve some of their processes. So it's sitting down and going through with a small business owner, then putting a plan together for them, and then hopefully they will be able to pull that together and go and find somebody to do the work, if not us.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's really nice that we've got somebody who actually loves doing the admin side of things, because, you know, obviously very few businesses start with their sole focus being admin. You're very much an outlier in that regard, because it's something that is in literally every business and not something many people like.
No.
Thank you.
No, I love it. I love it. I love getting in there and sorting it out, tidying it up.
Brilliant. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that. What I would like to have from you now, please, is one immediately actionable tip that the viewers, the audience, that anybody could take away today, which they could use to supercharge how their business works, their marketing, anything like that. Something they can do right now, which is going to help them.
Right. Email management. I do have a resource on the website that you can go and it'll give you more details. But the one thing I would say, if you've got an email account and your inbox is bursting, now I know that because I've got clients with over 1,000 or so emails in their inbox, and they get overwhelmed. Open up a folder that says old emails or emails 2024 and older or anything like that. Chuck everything in there from the last, anything older than about 3 or 4 months. Grab it all, move it into the folder out of the way. Then you've only got a few months then to start thinking about what have you got to do. If you haven't done it now and it's that old, get it out of the way. So just drag it into a folder, and then you can just sort out what you've got left. Most of the time you're holding on to things because it's something you've got to remember to do. Well, you know, if you're me, just do it, but or give it to somebody else to do. If not, get it out of your inbox.
I thought it was brilliant because unfortunately we don't have any cameras pointing at the audience, but several people, when you were saying that, just kind of went, yeah. So, yeah, we know who you all are now, but it's okay. It's okay. And this is why you need Rachel.
We know why you do it. That's absolutely fine, yeah. But I've got a resource that tells you and helps you how to manage your inbox.
There we go. So that ties in very nicely to the... so we don't say we do pitching here at Riverax Networking. It's more about having a conversation, meeting people and getting to know people. You're the only one who is allowed to give a pitch. So I'd like to have your 60-second pitch. Anything you want, promote anything you want. Has to include a call to action at the end to tell people what they need to do next. So please give your 60-second pitch.
So I would really love to talk to you about what you do and how we could help you, which then helps you to understand what we do in order to promote us. So we are Smart Office Support. We provide virtual admin support to small business owners. This can be anything that you think it can be. If it's an admin, we enjoy the admin. So we're looking for small business owners who are a little bit overwhelmed and could just do with some help in trying to sort themselves out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rachel Nash. Thank you very much. Right, if you could pop onto the last slide, please. So now is the time for Q&A with award-winning VA Rachel Nash. If you're a little bit shy or whatever reason, you don't want anybody to know the question that you're asking, you can use the AHA slides up there and we can check that. So you can ask anonymously if you want to. But otherwise, if you just want to put up your hand, Ryan has got a microphone right there, and he'll hand that to you so you can ask Rachel your question. Does anybody want to ask anything? It'd be interesting if Warren asked the question, seeing as he's the other half.
I did ask him, is he going to ask? Uh-oh.
Hello. Oh, that's loud. So I keep being advertised loads of AI time-saving tools like AI email, will write your reply for you, will file your emails for you. There are so many like AI admin time-saving tools being advertised right now. Which ones would you actually recommend? Because I don't have time to review them all and test them, do a 2-week trial of all of these tools. Are there any which are actually good that you know of? And what would you recommend?
Actually, that's a really good question. And we are ourselves going through and actually looking at all the different ones and reviewing them at the moment.
Let me know.
So watch that space. Warren, to be fair, is doing most of that work.
I think the thing is, firstly, with AI, it's just another tool.
It is, yeah.
It's like the web. I've got to have a website. I've got to have a website, but actually, if you haven't got a problem, don't use it for the sake of it. Don't solutionise. We've been using Gemini, Copilot. We've used Claude as well. We try to use the AI tool that comes with the platform and infrastructure you're using, because then that data stays within that infrastructure. If you start to introduce third-party tools, you're then taking your potential secure and confidential data out of that environment. Yeah. For the paid tools, you can turn that on and off. And for things like Gemini, they've got a temporary chat, so it won't get saved and nothing gets back into the large language model. But yeah, so it's a case of don't just use it for the sake of it. And some of the tools change over time, so they'll get upgraded and whatever. And they say that if X brings something out, it's in ChatGPT within 2 weeks.
So we will look at, we're looking at them in a lot of detail. I've been putting through a number of training courses for this as well.
We did a set of posts on using AI and like data security and things like that. We think it's a junior member of the team who's willing to work 24/7 for free. Because they're junior, you've got to review everything that they produce.
That's a really good bit of advice. Really good bit of advice.
If you're going to use AI, treat it like an enthusiastic intern.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's definitely,
Who might be a bit sympathetic.
Yes.
yeah.
It's a great idea, Roz. Yes, we should definitely do that. Here's a whole blog about it.
Yes.
No, that's not what I asked for.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, we've had a few discussions with AI in the past. Yeah, and you've had,
Sometimes
no,
it's
that's
just-
not what I wanted.
It's just petulant.
Completely misunderstood.
There's a level of petulance there, isn't there? Yeah. And I think we all know about the Zs and the Ss and things like that, but sometimes you'll get, it seems to use words like leverage and resonate, which I didn't really spot because I'm an ex-consultant and I use them words anyway. So I have to be careful.
I have to ask him to get
But yeah,
rid of
you just have to, anyway, shut up then.
it was
This is Rachel's.
So we'll get you on camera next time. So this is why we need an audience cam for that. Exactly that. So yeah, but no, thank you very much. That was actually really really helpful and insightful. So, sorry, he stole your thunder there for a few seconds.
No, I did mention him, so that's fine.
Any other questions about networking, collaboration, virtual assistants, and administration actually? So.
Do you offer any kind of support and training for junior administrators who are already within an industry to help them be more efficient?
Yes, we've done that locally for, actually one of our local churches asked for some help, so we've done some training for their admin who was just very overwhelmed and wanted some help with some bits and pieces. So yes, we're very happy to do that. Love doing that, actually. Love it.
A follow-up, what kind of thing would that look like to somebody who's new to administration and is being kind of dumped on for everything and doesn't really know where to go? Well, how would you approach it?
So that kind of thing would be, we'd need to come in and have a conversation with the person who's doing the dumping usually on that side of it and get them to stop doing it. Yeah, and get them to stop doing that for a start, because they need to understand the skills that this individual has, where they're comfortable and happy just to get on with it. And then we can then look at training up the other areas that they're not so comfortable in. They'll always have skills and knowledge on things that they're really good at. So it's just working along and making sure that we meet all those requirements for them.
Excellent, thank you.
Do we have any more questions? Anybody else have anything for Rachel here?
Yes. Okay. Am I on? There we go. What are some tasks that maybe some people wouldn't think that they could pass on to you that maybe they could? If for example, if you're a new media company and you're doing everything yourself, we're thinking, what on earth could we possibly outsource to you? What are some things you might tell us?
So, an example, I work with a charity, and I've worked with them for about 5 years now, and we run their office for them, basically. But part of that is, at this moment in time, we're in a 2-week window of an appeal process where there's 3 societies in Bristol, and we work for one of them, and it's a little bit of competition, but for the next 2 weeks, they're out there trying to get money in to the charities themselves. So we're running the whole of that appeal for them. Then when that's finished, we'll send out thank yous and get it all done, do the end of year finances. And then in January, we run the application process where other charities then come to us as that charity and ask for some grants. So we run that whole process for them. So that's got nothing to do with email management, managing, people's diaries, doing whatever presentations, but we do off the social media side of it as well. So we run that whole application process and appeal process for them. So there's lots of things you can do that if you've got the right person with those skills, they can do it for you. So
I'm going to add to that because of my background in data and IT, we do a lot of data management for some of our clients. So we took on another charity where they had all their customer information on bits of paper and different sets of spreadsheets. So I redesigned all their data set with the same structure, built a dashboard so that they can better manage that system themselves, and it just allows them to focus on some of the customers as well. And we'll do things we might do options papers and things like that, tenders. We've both worked on bid work, so we might not necessarily do the bid work now because it's specific to industries, but we can do that level of compliance and make sure they got all the right RAID information in their risks, assumptions, etc.
yeah, so there's a variety that they can do. We run board meetings for people, so we make sure they got the right people in the room, taking the minutes, making sure actions are done. I mean, that's more of an admin kind of side, but as a board level. And there's just so many different things that you can think of. Something popped into my head and now it's popped back out again.
Oh dear.
Yes, probably that. I mean, we do clerk. We work for a couple of parish councils as well. So that's a variety of things. And that's actually more of like running their meetings and making sure. So if you can think of it, somebody can probably do it. But it's about what the best thing is, because when it's your business, if there's a certain thing you deliver, so Ros, I'm going to use you as an example, if that's okay. So Ros knows everything there is to know about marketing. There's no good me coming in and doing marketing for her, because that's what she's there to do, in that sense. And that's why I would pay her to do it, in that sense. Same with Ben. I mean, he designs logos in leaflets and things and does lots of bits and pieces. And book covers.
There we go.
Yeah, fabulous. And so why would he bring me in to do that when that's what he does? But anything else around that, then we can do everything else for them. But that's his business. That's Ros's business. So you have them doing that, and then we can just come in and take away all the noise around it so that they just get on and do what we hope they love.
Marvellous. I think we've got time for one more if there's any more questions at all. No problems. Fantastic. Well, once again, please join me in thanking Rachel for being our guest this month. Thank you.